It's okay. I think it should stand this time. Gotta get the power legs in front. Now that person was behind me. Why aren't they turning at the same time as I was? If I would have known they weren't turning, I wouldn't have been so anxious to get off the spot there. Highway 9 would be fun, so would 2.
Well, the state fair is out on 2, so I don't know how busy it is.
I think it's over, isn't it?
Nope, not until the end of the month. Oh, it is the 21st already. It might have been over. Yeah, it might have been over this weekend, but it'll still be this weekend. The other fair goes till the 30th.
Yeah, I know that one. That's what somebody else was telling me.
This one might only go to the 21st of the fall. I think that's this weekend will be last.
Well, I haven't been out north on Highway 9 in a long time. And we've been out Highway 2 just a couple weeks ago. We went out Snohomish last week.
Interesting. People out hunting.
Man, all those houses that are up there now, that used to be woods.
Look at it. I mean, just right next to it. I mean,
It's just crazy.
the worst thing is that they build a bunch of houses, and that is 5 miles to any place to get anything to eat, to get any kind of services. It's not. They didn't build a little town there. They built a bunch of houses that you have to own a car to live in that place, because you have 5 miles to anything. To anything.
Yep.
Dumb. One of the things that we studied in that class. Life and Death of the American City.
It's so funny that the way this is now and the way it used to be, how it used to that
Right
bottom
there,
hit.
the one
It used to be so bad.
Yeah, I remember.
Coming off the trestle back
And if you had a funky old car, if you lived up here, you needed a decent car.
Well, or you had to be able to get going fast, yeah. Get a good run up the hill.
Took my Chevette up here, and it made it up the hill. It's just,
Yeah.
I knew right there that I wouldn't be living up here.
Yeah.
Not with that car.
Not with that car. Have to get a ride from somebody. But I've known people that lived up here that didn't have great cars. But they
just
usually
didn't
took
care.
a bus or something like that too. I don't even know if the bus comes up here.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine how it does it.
Goes to Lake Stevens.
Yeah, I can see that coming back around, but I can't imagine coming up the hill.
There's a bus stop right there.
Yeah?
That's for the CT.
Wow, this is all real new.
There's a.
Well, I paid $2.71 for gas, and they got $3.19 up here.
Check it out, though. Those houses and stuff. It is a mile from there, but it's closer now that they've got this here. You could actually walk here to get food and stuff here.
Yep.
Little restaurant. Get yourself a cell phone. Liquor.
Growler bar. Trestle station. Huh. How interesting. Trestle station. Whoever built that probably doesn't even know probably never drove on the trestle when it was really the trestle.
What's interesting is this used to be the country.
Oh yeah. There was the one stoplight at Highway 9. And that was it.
Now, the thing that bothers me the most is most of the people who build out here aren't ones who live in Everett, but they're people who live in Seattle, and they commute that whole way, and it's just stupider than hell.
It's like one of the guys one of the masseuses, one of the guys out on physical therapy, really cool guy, lives in Bellingham.
Yep. Well, the guy who's my boss there at Coastal lives right outside of Bellingham. I used to know this guy that worked at Boeing. He was a friend of Robert House's, but he was a friend of mine. He lived in Enid, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And I also knew a guy who lived in Blackwell, and both of them did the same thing, is that they kept an apartment, a room in Wichita, and stayed usually 3 nights a week.
Is this 9 now?
I think so.
I think so too. Just doesn't look like it used to. Come on, let me get up here. Thank you. Yeah, stick right in that. Stick right behind. And it was just a 2-lane road when we first moved here. Oh, and it is again. It's so funny that Curb Your Enthusiasm is coming back this year. After I think it's a 6-year.
I watched a bunch of it yesterday.
I heard it going. What's it on?
HBO.
Oh, okay.
Had a marathon on 2 channels. One where he dates the girl in the wheelchair.
Oh, and puts her in the closet.
But it's the blonde one that he doesn't. They threw away his phone, so he doesn't know how to get a hold of her.
Yeah.
She shows up at the party, so he's got both girls in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
One that he threw in pushed in the closet. I'm like, wow, you must know my friend Garrett, who didn't like it when his wife talked back to him.
The guy I worked with, Garrett.
Says, gee, my old lady give me any lip, I just threw it on the closet for a couple of days.
Target over on this side?
Lake Stevens Station.
It wasn't that long ago we were around here.
Well, on one side is
The
Lake Stevens
all that.
Market. Now open.
Pet Pros. I'll have to come up here and check that out next time. Used to be such. This was more of a stop in the road than even Mukilteo was before. And this isn't even the city, you know. This isn't even really Lake Stevens.
Right, this is just... It's interesting. They built a shopping center a couple of miles away from the city, the town.
Yeah. At first, it was just so people would have a place to stop before they weren't out in the mountains. They could go and get bait or something like that. Hunting supplies, hunting and fishing supplies. But then fast food came along and invaded. And once you have all those workers, then they all need a place that they can go and do their grocery shopping. Get their gas in case they're out of gas when they get up here. And I remember wondering what it looked like beyond these trees, you know? What lays beyond those trees? Now they've grown back up a little bit now.
You couldn't always see the lake from here.
No, not at all.
They also, there's an entire neighborhood they built right there that didn't used to be there. There's probably 50 houses right there. That's one of the reasons those houses were right there weren't there, and that's one of the reasons why you couldn't see the lake, because it was woods.
Yep.
But somebody had to sell Grandpa's land, make some money off of it, develop it. Needed more people to move here.
Well, they've done a little bit of work on mine here.
Think so, huh?
Why are you guys all going so slow, though? What in the world?
Got enough fake flamingos right there.
Because that bunch of pink flamingos. What's going on there?
That was something that was odd question on the news the other day.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, right there you go. You got a bunch of fake flamingos.
Well, this is just very strange that we have to slow down quite like this. $30 an hour here.
What is wrong with these? Why is it? Well, there's a long line of traffic I can see.
I think part of the problem, I suppose.
Interesting.
But it should be break. I don't. What is going on with these people up here? It would be nice to get to 55 here, folks.
Well, going to a party together or something.
What in the hell?
Someone needs to start blowing their horn.
Wow. You have to fight to go up the goddamn hill because these people can't go up to 55 before they get down there. Why does this keep slowing down up there? It keeps putting his brakes on. There's no light up here.
Someone needs to honk at him.
Why are you staying back so far, man? Come on. Seriously. Let me take a guess. They're going to Walmart. Why are they putting on their brakes going down this hill? Were they afraid? It's going over 40 miles an hour. I better put on my brakes. Finally get up to 55. Marysville cut off. It's almost comical. There's 2 lanes turning into Marysville.
It is comical.
Raymond Rogers, was he a friend of yours?
Acquaintance.
I remember the name really well.
Well, he was Mark Carlisle's friend.
Okay.
And he came around a couple of times. But
He wasn't a jerk.
He wasn't a good guy.
Oh, okay.
You and him did never get along.
Him and what?
You and him.
Oh, okay.
He was a fucking jerk. For some reason, he was friendly to me, but he didn't get... Because he's your age. He's a year older than me. He's friends with Don Brinkman.
Ah.
Well, it's kind of funny because there's, like... Raymond Rogers was just like John Mason, Joe Holdings. I'm trying to think of all these guys that acted like they were my friend, and then they did a two-face. Raymond Rogers was like that with you, because he'd be friends with Tim Dugas or Raymond or Crawley or somebody, because he lived down there on Route 10 and English. Again, his father was the guy who had the mortuary.
That's what I thought, yeah.
And that's how I actually got to know him again, was because of Randy taking me over there. There's like Raymond was over there with Mark Carlisle.
Do these people not know that you don't have to stop?
Apparently they don't.
At least now we shouldn't have to worry. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, those three-wheelers, yeah.
Almost look like they're safe. Well, I don't know why I thought I'd be able to go 55 miles an hour.
Something wrong with these people. They're pretty stupid.
Seriously, this is ridiculous. Lost half that traffic there at the Marysville turnoff.
Yep.
Oh well.
Now you're getting up there. Took them an awful long time to get up to the speed limit. And absolutely no excuse.
I'm coming to a hill and I saw somebody turn on, put on their brakes. That's okay. Maybe you were the one that's holding everybody up, and now we can go 55 all the way.
That's kind of like the giant junior burger they came out with at Wendy's.
The giant junior, yeah. Yeah, the junior double's kind of weird.
giant Junior.
Yeah.
Like that guitar amplifier I have. It's called a Pro Junior. Okay, they made a Pro because that was the Pro amplifier. And they called the beginner amplifier originally the Princeton.
Yeah.
I don't know why. But the Pro makes sense. It's the one that's made with the biggest speaker, and it's for professional musicians. Loud. Too loud to play in your living room. Too loud for practicing back then. But they make one called a Pro Junior. Wait a second. That doesn't make any sense.
Is that a step between Princeton and Pro?
Well,
really? I mean, is there that much of a discrepancy that you need that many different? I mean, that's what it's all about, is buying one of each.
Okay, well, but you had the one that the other professional amp next to it was the Deluxe.
160.
Okay, well, then why would you have a Pro Junior if you've got a Deluxe? You don't need that next name. That's dumb. And Pro Junior's dumb, period.
I think I'll take a turn at the next turn.
It's not like Les Paul Junior. You have all kinds of Les Pauls. But a Pro is a Pro. And there's no Junior to Pro. Because there's no children to a fucking amplifier.
Recreation. Oh, gun range. That's not recreation. Well, I guess it is. For some people.
But it's not quite a game, but you know. Here we are coming up on Arlington.
Well, I was going to make a right, but I don't want to go to Darrington. And when I came out to this is all changed out here too.
Mm-hmm.
Completely. I was really.
We drove out here last year and took a walk on that one part of the trail. And it's right along in here.
I do like the roundabout.
It's a good idea.
It's a lot better than a stoplight. It looks like they got a stoplight up here. Why would you have a stoplight up here after having a roundabout there? You would think you would have a roundabout there and a stoplight there since there's Arlington. Apparently they've got jumping deer here, so. This just seems like an unnecessary stoplight.
Glen Eagle, yeah.
Like the
stoplight for those rich people.
They built it and did it particularly
For a bunch of people who could afford to build a house outside
for
of
the
town.
those real nice houses. For the rich people.
Wow. That's a curve.
This is quite a hill.
Wouldn't want to walk it.
Huh?
Wouldn't want to walk it.
No. No, not nowadays in particular. Especially wouldn't want to walk it at night with those deep gullies on the side there.
Actually, it'd be really cool to do it, but it wouldn't be fun. I mean,
Yeah. It'd be cool to do it and say, you know, fucking what? I had to climb that fucking hill.
But the thing is that it's the number of people who get killed just walking on this goddamn road.
Mm-hmm.
Because how many bad drivers there are. I'm looking at how big the shoulder is, and I gotta go, I don't give a fuck what kind of vehicle you have. If you can't fucking keep hitting someone that's over here, then you are a terrible driver.
Well, if the person's walking right next to the white line, they're being an idiot anyway. They're tempting fate.
Several times over the years, people who did get hit by cars were drunk. And a whole bunch of times it was a person on a bicycle or they were just walking and it was a very bad driver.
That's what I thought. This is more like Arlington, isn't it?
Yeah, we're in town now, Sydney Sitter. Actually, the Sydney Sitter's next stoplight.
It's kind of like Oklahoma City. The roundabout back there said Arlington, but it's not for another 2 or 3 miles.
Yeah, Yeah, Arlington.
Oklahoma City.
The entire,
You're entering Oklahoma City. What? This is a farmer's field. What do you mean this is Oklahoma
and it
City?
goes on for a long ways until you finally get into the town.
Forever. And then it's dead inside the town.
You know, it's about the same size as Wichita, and it's out in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Don't expect New York City.
The largest city in the world, the largest city in America at one point. Which is like, but it's not.
Fort
It's the
Lauderdale.
largest area.
They did the same thing to Fort Lauderdale, and that's all area. It's because there's a big fort there.
Well,
they wanted to incorporate it for tax reasons.
And all the water that surrounded all the marshes and stuff like that.
And you
So
got
the
a regular
city's built
sized
all
city.
around that, or was anyway. Huh?
It's a nice little city, but
Yeah.
it can claim that it's the world's largest city.
And I wonder what the hell they're smoking that's getting that much smoke out of it.
And vaping.
Yeah, it must be.
You know, they finally came up with the thing the other day. If there's nicotine in the vape, then it's just as bad as cigarettes. Well, actually might be more dangerous for your heart and stuff than regular cigarettes.
Yeah.
Because you're inhaling it more deeply. I've got to go. Okay.